Hi, I'm Kevin Hill, and today we're going to do another fun painting. So let's get started. We'll start off today with the 1-inch brush, a little bit of yellow, and a touch of red. And let's come right here and begin to drop in a nice little glow to the sky. We'll just let this color run right along the bottom here and then blend up and get nice and light as it comes up. Next, with a little bit of blue, black, and a touch of white, we can drop in a nice light gray area here around this yellow. We really don't want too much color in this area. Just see it's very, very pale there. It's a nice soft look. And let that blend right around the yellow. Now, all this in here looks pretty hard, so we're going to take a 2-inch brush and begin to blend it all together. I'm destroying all these lines where you can tell where each color stopped. I want them all to melt together and be so soft and quiet. Now, with some black and a touch of brown and blue on the filbert brush, we can begin to scrub in just a few little clouds here. Now, our sky is pretty soft, so we really don't need to get these clouds too pronounced. Not today. Today I just kind of want the little bit of an indication of clouds up here. Maybe some up in here. Just let your brush work around very loose. And then take a 2-inch brush and then blend that shadow in. Next, we'll go through some yellow and a touch of white on our filbert brush. And we can begin adding in just a few of these nice little highlights. Just kind of add them to the outside edge of the cloud, and then allow it to blend back into the base color. Let it get darker as it comes in. There. We can also blend these with the 2-inch brush to make them nice and soft. Just barely touch them like this, and then sweep over the entire thing. Now, with the filbert brush, we can begin to block in a nice little mountain back here. In fact, you can see I did a quick little sketch just with the filbert brush, and that gives me a pretty good idea of where I'm going. I like to do that, kind of just a little road map. Keeps you on track for the mountain. Now, this mountain shouldn't be too dark. It's pretty far away. And so to make it appear like it's way back there in the distance, it has to be light. Now, as you can see, I have a few colors mixed up here. Mostly yellow and white, and added a little bit of brown, and then here's some purple. And so now I'll take a little roll on the knife. We can begin to lay on some highlight here to this mountain. I'm going to use all those colors. Just kind of vary what you do. So here comes a little bit of the lighter color. They're subtle changes, but they're very nice. They make the mountain look more detailed than simply just highlighting it with one color. There's a touch of the pink. That's nice. A little bit of red in that color. But it all has a touch of yellow in it. Every color here. So it all ties together. With our filbert brush, we'll go through some black and brown. And then tap the brush. And right back here in the distance, let's begin just dropping in a few little trees. Nothing too large, mostly just little smudges of color. There. In fact, in our painting today, it's going to be a little bit of snow on the ground, but not too much. It's not going to be completely covered with snow. But go ahead and leave these little white areas open. We'll put some snow in there later. Now, with a little bit of blue and white, we can cut in right under the bottom of these trees. This creates just a nice little bit of snow. See, allow the brush to pick up a little bit of that color. This area is mostly in shadow. The sun's pretty low and it's hitting the mountain, but it's not really hitting down here so much. And if you end up painting over a tree, don't worry about it. If you really want it, you can put it back in or just leave it out. Not a big deal at all. Now maybe we want to add on just a few little highlights here to some of these trees. Maybe these are evergreens and little deciduous trees all kind of mushed together here. So we'll just throw on some nice, maybe this is an early snow. It's still, the leaves are still hanging onto the trees and changing colors. Now with the fan brush and some black and a touch of yellow and brown, maybe some green. And we'll load it up evenly on both sides. And maybe right here. Let's do a few pine trees. So just touch down and push up on the brush. So you get these nice little limbs that kind of reach outward. A lot of nice texture. If you load too much paint on that brush, the bristles won't open and you won't get these nice, they almost look like little pine needles without really having to do anything. You just push up and they kind of come right out of the brush. And these little evergreens come down to the foreground, somewhere right in there. Next, we'll load up the fan brush with some very, very dark black, blue, and brown. And maybe right up here, we want a big pine tree. So I gave myself that little line. I'm just pushing up again on that brush. You don't have to do these quickly if you don't want to. You can slow down and kind of figure out where you're going. But sometimes if you do them pretty quick, you get even more natural look. The limbs kind of just go everywhere at random. A little bit better. There. Nice and dark, because that'll bring it forward. That blue really helps to deepen the color, make it very rich. Now we can begin to add in just a little bit of water down here. I'm back to the original brush I used up there in the sky. Just a little bit of yellow. And maybe here's a 1-inch brush that has some of the other color. This is just maybe some black and a little bit of blue and white. There. Let those colors mix together. It's okay if they don't mix perfectly, because we're going to have a lot of reflections down in here. We might even do that right now. A little bit of black. And right in here where the trees would be, just pull straight down, very dark. Grab a clean brush and then blend the reflections. Now with the filbert brush and a little bit of blue, white, and touch of red, we can scrub in just a few little shadow areas here. You can even pick up a little bit of the color from the trees and move that around. It'll create some even darker shadows. And we also need some shadows over here where we might want to have snow. Now with our filbert brush, we'll go through some brown, touch of black, and chisel it evenly on both sides. And all right in through here. I think we need a big tree. And maybe this tree kind of swings over like that and comes, oh yeah, that's good. He's nice and crooked today. And maybe a big limb off like that. There we go. Now with the knife and a little bit of brown, black, and white, we can go ahead and just add on the tiniest little hint of highlight here. Just add on a little and allow it to become dark as it goes around the tree. See, the tree is round, and by stopping there and then just dabbing with the knife, you can create a very round tree trunk effect. Now with the filbert brush and some white, we can go ahead and begin highlighting. Now maybe here we want to create the effect like this is kind of, we're on a hill, then looking down into a valley. So we'll do that with the highlights. It's the only way you'll be able to create that effect. See that? Cut the other stuff right off and leave some thick, heavy texture It'll bring it forward in the painting. There. Now with our fan brush, we'll load it up evenly on both sides with some green and yellow. And maybe we need some highlight on these trees here. So we'll just tap on very, very similarly, just like you made the trees. That upward push there. So bend the brush and get all these nice little limbs. We don't need to see too much highlight. We don't want to distract your eye away from the nice middle area. So just here and there. Now with the liner brush, we can add in a few nice little blades of grass here. This really helps to make everything look a little more detailed and complete. All right, well, I think we're done. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Don't forget to check out my website and also my instructional DVDs. And thanks for watching.